Whether you're having someone design and build a pergola for you or you're doing it yourself, the best way to get what you really want is to have at least a basic understanding of what goes into a pergola. In this video, we're going to go really basic and identify what the parts of the pergola are and why they're important. So let's start by looking at this 3D model that Finehouse shared online. Finehouse, by the way, is a company that's not far from me in Strasburg, Virginia, and they fabricate pergolas for folks all over the country. Definitely check them out. Anyhow, look at these poor people, sitting out in the blazing sun on an empty patio. They look so sad. Let's build them a pergola. Now, the first part of a pergola is the footers and the posts. The posts can be any of a variety of styles. Here we see a tapered round column, but you could do a pergola with square columns or even stone columns. The important thing is that you have a solid connection to the ground. One way to destroy any structure is to allow racking or lateral side-to-side movement. Open structures like pergolas are especially prone to this. Think of your house. All that plywood on your walls that's underneath the siding, that helps to stiffen your house and keep it from moving in the wind or just, normal movement and settling. A pergola has no walls, which means that there's two primary ways that we need to keep the structure from moving. The first method is the post-to-footer connection. You can embed the posts in concrete in the ground, and that'll help stabilize them. So you may be burying them, 2-3 feet deep. If you're building a pergola on a deck or existing slab, that may not be an option though. In that case, some manufacturers can provide specialty metal post bases that come up the post a ways and help stabilize the whole assembly. The other way to keep a pergola from racking is to provide angle braces between the posts and the beams. This is actually a really simple way to do it, and you can make these angle braces a decorative component of the project. So in talking about the beams, those are the next thing to consider. Your beams will bear on your posts and carry the rafters. In this example here, they used two 2x8 beams. Structurally, one 2x8 per side may have been fine. I didn't run the numbers, so don't take my word for it. But visually, you want the beam to have some heft. How you connect the beam to the post, that just depends on the design, but it's an important consideration because that connection also helps create a rock-solid structure. Now, your rafters then rest on the beam perpendicular to the beam. At this point, you could be done. After all, you've now got a pergola. You could mount a fan to the underside, or you could mount lights, or you can do a shade cover either above or below the rafters. But there's one more thing that you can do. If you want to cast a little bit more shade, you'll want purlins. They're small. They're usually 2x2, 2x3, or 2x4 lumber members that go perpendicular to the rafter to cast more shade. You can see that this spacing doesn't cast a ton of shade, though. What if we just double the purlins? That's going to give us a lot better shade, you would think, right? Well, let's look at that. And there you go. We've got a lot more shade, so that's much better. If you're planning on casting shade this way, it's really important to orient your pergola so the sun angle is hitting it correctly. That's a quick walkthrough of the various parts of a pergola. If you found this video useful, please like it, and I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Next time we'll talk about pergola materials and a little bit more on the design considerations. And you can always find me at revolutionarygardens.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.